Hi YouTube, this is Care Bear. It's a little bit after midnight on Monday morning, so I wanted to do a 2 week post-op update. I know I haven't been on to do my actual, I had an appointment on Thursday with the surgeon and I was going to do my weight loss announcement at that point and um, got sidetracked this weekend and stuff, so I figured I would do an official 2 week post-op announcement. So, first of all, I'm going to make you guys wait until the end to hear my actual weight loss, but I wanted to just go over a little bit. My appointment with Dr. Calorie on this last Thursday at 10 days went really, really well. He said I was healing incredibly well and my incisions looked great. And we had I know in my last video I had talked about what I was eating and how I wasn't sure what it meant because it was saying 3 to 5 days was full liquids and then at 10 days to 6 weeks was soft foods, and I had started to do soft foods at 6 days or between 5 and 6 days or something. And then after having read different literature that they had given me and kind of looking over that again, I think what they were trying to say was sometime between 3 and 5 days I can start the full liquids, and then at 10 days I start soft food. So I actually regressed back to um, the full liquids after I had made that video. I think the next day I went back and started doing the soups and stuff again because I just felt like I wasn't really ready for it, even though I hadn't had any problems. I kind of felt like I was jumping the gun, and after having read the information, that clarified that was, that reiterated that for me. So when I was at the doctor's, we also met all of the people who had had the surgeries around the same time I did, within a couple of days of each other. All met with a nutritionist, and she went over, our restrictions or allowances for soft foods, and then what that included and what it didn't include. And so it was really kind of nice to be able to really open up the variety of foods that we could have now, and it's been really nice just to, like, I have these little tiny ramekins that I know that's what I eat out of, or I have like little tiny Rubbermaid or Ziploc, to-go containers. And so, if I'm going somewhere, I know that I'm just going to automatically bring a lunch of something I know I can have, just in case wherever I'm going doesn't have, like I went over to my in-laws the other day, to my mother-in-law's, and I wasn't sure what they were going to be preparing for lunch, so I just brought my own. And it turned out that we had a brunch, and there were eggs and really crisp bacon that I could have, and they made papas, so I was able to try some of that as well. So everything that they had I was able to have, but I brought a lunch anyway, just in case. And so it's just kind of nice to have that security that if for whatever reason it's not like anybody has to cater to my diet, that I'm able to be prepared. So that was really good. Let me think. Oh, I also wanted to talk to you. My goal right now that I'm on soft foods, they want me really paying attention to my protein intake and my sugar. They said everything else is kind of, that's going to be for down the line. Right now, they just really want to make sure that I'm getting 50 grams of protein a day and under 10 grams of sugar per serving of whatever I'm eating. And one of the things that they talked about is the IsoPure. Um, it's a 40-gram protein drink, and it has 0 sugar. So these usually last me like a day or day and a half, and I just kind of nurse it throughout the whole day, or I'll dilute it down, and have multiple drinks of it. The other thing is, you'll notice there's a straw in here. I wanted to mention this also. The dietitian, I had asked the dietitian, are no straws, is that going to be forever, or is it just, for a certain period of time? And she actually stated that a lot of people will find that when they're drinking normally, they will burp a lot because they will be consuming or swallowing so much air. And she said that if you find that by drinking through a straw, you eliminate the gulping of the air or the intake of extra air, she said feel free to do it. Just make sure that you're still taking small sips. So I've actually started using a straw when I'm drinking in the last couple of days, and it's really made a big difference for me. I also found that I was taking sips that were so small that it was like barely coating my tongue, and then by the time it would get to the back of my throat, it would like try and go down the wrong tube. It was really weird, and so I was constantly like coughing, like choking myself on just these little tiny small drinks. And so I found that with a straw, I was able to take, I don't know, bigger sips, or sips that went straight back rather than around the side of my tongue. I don't know. I know that seems really weird. But the Isopure drinks are really good. They have a bunch of different flavors. Um, they're kind of expensive for a drink. I think they're a little over $3 a piece, but I just kind of liken it to the fact that, I wouldn't hesitate to spend close to $10 on, one meal at a fast food place, and sometimes have fast food multiple times a day. And so if I'm going to spend $3.50 on a drink that it's going to last me all day, and then $2 on the rest of my food that's also going to last me all day, from store-bought grocery stuff, then I'm saving money in the long run. So it's an expense I'm willing to have at this point. Let me think what else I wanted to say. My doctor also recommended or requested that I go to, if I felt comfortable doing it, that I would go as a post-op patient to the pre-op seminars. And I went through, when I was going through all of my pre-op stuff, I went to a seminar where they had a panel of post-op patients at different stages of post-opism, and they, so he suggested that I go and be a part of the panel at some point if I felt comfortable doing that. So I think that's every second Thursday of the month. So I think I'm going to go and do that next month. This next coming Thursday is an actual post-op, early post-op support group for, post-op patients. So I think I'm going to do that also, because I'd really like to just kind of get to know the people who had surgery around the same time I did, and it's always good to have information, from people who are a little further out, and I mean, that's what I use YouTube for as well. So, it's been a good experience. I'm really very happy so far. I'm feeling really, really good, and I don't know what else to say. It's been a really good experience. I haven't had any complications to speak of, and I'm very happy. So here is the weight loss update. Drumroll. As of 2 weeks out, actually it was Sunday morning. I haven't weighed myself today, obviously, because I'll do it when I wake up in the morning. But Sunday morning, I weighed myself, and I had lost 20.3 pounds. So at 2 weeks, I was just over 20 pounds lost. So I'm thrilled. And I had been told, somebody had suggested that I keep a log and weigh myself every day and document it. And the first week was really hard for me, because I kind of expected, I had this anticipation in my head that I was just going to be dropping multiple pounds a day. And where I did that in the very beginning, I didn't do it every day of the entire week, and so I would kind of get down on myself if I was losing like 0.8 pounds instead of 3 pounds, over a day period, and so I was kind of like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? I'm already failing at this. That's my biggest fear, is that I'm going to fail at this. And I just had to remind myself that, the average is about a pound a day for the first month, or, depending on how, what your start weight is, obviously. But, for the first few weeks, at least, the average is about a pound a day. So 0.8 pounds one day and 2 pounds the next day is perfectly acceptable. So I really just, once I kind of retrained the way I was thinking, and just decided that I wasn't really going to let that get the best of me, and that I was going to be proud of any weight loss, and that was just kind of the way I had to change my mind. And then once I was able to do that, then weighing myself every day became something I was doing for me, and not just only for looking for the huge loss every day. I was looking for the long run, in the long run, and seeing the total increase of the weight loss has been really good for me. So very excited, and I just wanted to share all that with you guys. Thank you for all of the wonderful comments that people have been posting, and the suggestions that I've had for my laptop sound. I think that I probably know that what it is now that was kind of making the sound a little bit off. I'm thinking maybe the connection that I had wasn't that great or something. But I just decided to use our digital camera, because that seemed to work the best. So anyway, I will talk to you guys later, and thanks again for listening in. Talk to you soon. Bye.